What is up, noobs and noobettes? Charles or motherfucking Atingleee here, back with another video. Today, guys, I just want to talk to you about something that's been on my mind, and you can probably tell by the title, it is whether or not I think Infinite Warfare is pretty much Black Ops 3 2.0. Is it the same game? Does it play the same? In my opinion, it does not, and I'm going to be giving you guys my reasonings why, and yeah, hopefully you guys kind of get where I'm coming from, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. So, quickly on the gameplay, I got this gameplay when I was a lower level, so I was still learning the game and stuff, so keep that in mind while you're watching it. But either way, let's get right into this shit. Gotta bring out my handy dandy notepad here to see what I've written down. So, firstly, I wanted to talk about the movement. I'm sure most of you did notice that the movement seems pretty much identical to the movement in Black Ops 3, and while it does seem like this at first, in my opinion, it definitely feels different when you're playing, and let me explain why. So, in Black Ops 3, you could utilize the movement in ways that would just let you take advantage of it. So, first of all, you had ledge sliding. In my opinion, ledge sliding was really overpowered in Black Ops 3, and it lets you transverse the map a lot quicker than you should have, and that kind of messed with the pacing of the game and made stuff random at times. And while I did utilize it a lot, I often found myself feeling cheap and cheesy doing it, because it just felt like I shouldn't be able to move that quickly in a COD game. So if you haven't realized, you definitely cannot ledge slide in Infinite Warfare. I've tried many times, many different variations, and I always just end up doing a dead slide, which is basically you sliding off the edge of whatever object it is you're trying to do it on. And that's good, man. I really like it, and honestly, Infinite Warfare already plays so quickly, so I feel like adding ledge slide to it will just make it even more chaotic, and honestly, I don't think it would have been as fun. Like, I feel like it honestly could have been something that ruined the game, and I'm really glad they didn't bring it back. Alrighty, next up, with the movement itself, I feel like when you do thrust, you can go as high and as far as you could in Black Ops 3, but only when you hold the thruster completely. In my opinion, things like air strafing or zigzag strafing, whatever you want to call it, and that kind of stuff, also changing direction in midair, it's a lot slower in Infinite Warfare, and I personally think it's really good. It means you can't just jump and fly in every gunfight and like pretty much outgun the opponent. You will be a sitting duck a lot of the time, and you'll find yourself dying a lot more in this game. At least that's what I've noticed. Maybe I suck, but honestly, guys, yeah, like, I don't know, I just die heaps in this game. But yeah, so the reason I think it feels this way and not as effective as in Black Ops 3 is, I don't know, personally I've noticed, especially when you're coming down, when you're in midair, it feels like it requires a lot more thrust to get you going back up, at least compared to how it did in Black Ops 3. So I definitely think it is different in that regard. Like, for example, with air strafing, I don't think you can do that anymore, and if you try to do it yourself, you'll notice yourself going down a lot more than you did back in Black Ops 3, and that just ties into the whole gravity idea I just spoke about. I feel like the best way I can put it is your character feels heavier, so it requires more thrust to get him up. And like I said, guys, I reckon it's good. I find a lot of the time when I try to just jump and fly in gunfights, it doesn't really give me an advantage. If anything, it's making it a bit harder for me to aim, and it's just making me a sitting duck. Like, I can't get behind objects and stuff. So pretty much I would highly recommend you try get out of the habit of flying around. It's definitely going to take me some getting used to. I still play this game like I did Black Ops 3, and I definitely notice myself being a sitting duck a lot and dying in moments where I feel like I should get the kill, and I honestly think it's because I'm still trying to play like Black Ops 3. So again, that's a good thing in my opinion. It kind of slows down the pacing of the game in terms of the movement. However, there is something else I need to talk to you guys about, and I'll bring it up later in the video. But yeah, I think this is something that is kind of make or break for this game. So what else we got? No ledge sliding. Built-in afterburner. What I have noticed though in this game is, although the thrust isn't as effective and as powerful, you definitely regenerate the thrust quicker than you did in Black Ops 3. Pretty much as soon as you finish using up your whole thrust, I feel like it just starts regenerating straight away, and honestly, that just allows you to like kangaroo jump a lot, and I think that's a really bad thing for a COD game, because come on, man, the root of COD is for it to be boots on the ground, and if at least 50% of the gunfights aren't on the ground, that's just silly. So this more so affects casual players because they don't really have scuffs or play claw much, but they'll notice when they come against other players, people in this game, I don't know, I've personally noticed at first like it was more run and gun and boots on the ground, but as people started playing the game more and when you start versing good players, they like to thrust a lot. And dude, honestly, you can like use up your whole thrust land, and by the time you've landed, you can jump and start using your thrust again. So that's ridiculous. I definitely think they should slow down the recharge time of the thrusters because it just makes it just a little too chaotic for my liking. Next up is the time to kill. This is definitely the major factor that makes this game different from Black Ops 3 in my opinion. In Black Ops 3, like there were situations where you could get out of gunfights and run away. You might get tagged up a bit, but you could still escape. And I honestly love that about some COD games, the fact that you can actually get out of a gunfight and it's not always the first person that was shooting that gets the kill in the end. So yeah, what I noticed with this game is pretty much every weapon shreds. Like you die so quick in this game. Even if you have great movement and you're able to get around the corner quickly, you'll still somehow die because it doesn't take that many bullets to kill you for some reason. Or I don't know if it's just that all the weapons have a fast fire rate. Like there's something weird, but yeah, this time to kill issue is the reason this game feels so chaotic even though the movement feels slower. Pretty much you die so quick, it's a lot harder to go on score streaks in this kill streaks in this game. Sorry, I meant like getting score streaks, but yeah, and that is literally solely based on the fact that you can, like, there is so much random shit in this game that you can die to, and everything kills you so quick that honestly, like, you'll just die in an instant. You can't help it, and you'll definitely notice yourself dying a lot more in this game. I personally had to come accustomed to the fact that I'm going to be dying a lot more in this game, and I had to accept the fact that it's going to be happening. And the sooner you do, the less you'll rage, the more fun you'll have in this game. And yeah, that's at least how it was in my opinion. What else do we got? Also, one small thing I wanted to mention. In my opinion, when you get a kill in this game, it's not that rewarding. I don't know what it is. I personally think it could be that when you get the actual kill, like the killing crosshairs, although they do change color, it's not as vibrant and large as it was in Black Ops 3, and it just doesn't feel as rewarding. It doesn't feel like you've killed someone. You just have to like realize you saw the plus 100 or whatever to notice that you've killed them. And I personally think they should change this by either changing the color or making the killing shot have a larger crosshair or something, just to make it obvious that you've killed them. But yeah, that's just a small pet peeve that I have. It's not really a big deal. I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comment section. How do you think it compares to Black Ops 3? In my opinion, although the movement is pretty much identical, some minor things that they've changed, and mixing the time to kill into that just makes it feel like a completely different game. In my opinion, it feels like Ghosts. Like, even in terms of the non-rewarding kills as well, Ghosts was like that. And yeah, hopefully they do change that in the final game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like if you enjoyed hearing my opinions on the game / the gameplay. Check out my previous vids if you haven't. I've been uploading some pretty cool vids. I've definitely gone back and watched some of them myself, so that's freaking awesome. I always love going back and doing that. But yeah, shit, the gameplay is over. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to drop a like if you liked it. Let me know what kind of videos you want me to make when the beta hits us again this weekend. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one. Until next time, peace out, noobs.